Hello friends, my name is Leigh and I create videos about photography as an art and as a lifestyle. Today I have a new and unique lens to show you, along with photos from a hike in the Sonoran Desert. This lens is different from anything else that I have. This is the Viltrox 28mm f4.5 chip lens for Nikon Z full frame, although it is available in E mount and X mount as well. Thank you to Viltrox for sponsoring this video. If you are thinking, what? Where's the lens? I'm with you. This thing is incredibly thin. It can basically be your lens cap. And there is no traditional lens cap on the lens itself. You just have this little sliding cover instead. I don't know if you'll have the same reaction to this as me, but I definitely find a little bit of delight in it. It's just such a satisfying little click into place. Other than fun, let me tell you what else is unique here. It is a fixed aperture lens. It only shoots at f4.5. You cannot change the aperture. There's no f8, no f5.6, just f4.5. And this lens supports autofocus only. There is no focus ring. Luckily, today's cameras are very, very good at autofocusing. 28mm is a classic focal length for compact prime lenses. Anything that you would use a wide-angle lens for, you can do with this. I concentrated on landscapes and nature during my hike, but Raymond was with me to capture B-roll, so he stole the camera from me and captured a few quick wide-angle portraits. Those three things I just mentioned, fixed aperture, autofocus only, and a fixed focal length of 28mm, that allows this lens to be so slim. If we had all of the apertures, or if the lens was 24mm, this would be larger and heavier. And there are plenty of lenses like that out there. Viltrox has a great lineup of them. But there's something to be said about using limitations in your photography to challenge your creativity and your skills as a photographer. Don't worry about the lens features. Work on your features. Rather than using your gear to mold a photo, think, how can I create something with the elements of the scene that are already there? For example, you might use a prime lens instead of the zoom lens you usually enjoy, or shooting in monochrome only instead of full color. When you do things like that, you quickly realize what your habits are. Like zooming instead of moving yourself around and trying to find an interesting composition. And you can consider if you're being a little bit lazy, or maybe you're stuck in a rut, and then you can work on your own creativity by breaking up those habits. Other than being convenient and being a way to develop your creativity, this lens transforms your current camera body, in this case my Z7, into a much smaller, lighter weight, and more manageable camera option. A bring it everywhere option. I'm always happy to have a lighter weight and more compact alternative for long, hot hikes like this one was. It may have been cloudy, but it was nearly 100 degrees at the start of this hike, so I wouldn't want a heavy camera and a lens combination hanging off of me. Now, I have multiple cameras from different brands with different mounts, and I have sets of lenses for all of them. I could have chosen a smaller option for this hike, but I didn't used to have this collection, and most of you don't either. I see this lens being a transformative option for those of you that have one camera body and maybe one or a small handful of lenses. You've chosen your body, and you are, for lack of a better term, stuck with that form factor and size. Plus, in the case of Nikon Z bodies, you're typically dealing with relatively large lenses. The Z mount prime lenses are large because the lens mount is so large. But you use a lens like this, and I'm getting Fujifilm X100V vibes, like a Q2 vibes. Don't get me wrong, they've got different sets of capabilities, but this Z7 and teeny tiny lens combination kind of scratches the same itch. I think that you would feel like you had an entirely new camera because this lens is so different from anything else out there. It's just fun. But with this tiny lens and its teeny tiny front element, image quality is the question. Can it possibly be sharp? Let's do a little pixel peeping. Zooming in on this trail sign, it looks amazing. I can see the crisp lines of the icons and scratches on the sign from years of being out in the elements. Even down here at the bottom edge of the photo is clear. And then this cactus is another good example to zoom in on. Not only can we see each sharp spine, but this is a great example of what the depth of field is like at close range at f4.5 and what the bokeh looks like. There is a time and a place for all of the biggest and most expensive equipment, and I can get excited about that stuff just like anybody else, but I'm finding myself gravitating towards gear that is easy and fun to use, that I can incorporate into my lifestyle. For me, that often means smaller, more compact cameras and lenses. And I like that this lens can create that setup for you, even if you only have, for example, a Nikon Z7. And that's not even to mention how charming it is that my new Z7 body cap is actually a lens that I like using. The Viltrox 28mm f4.5 is only $99 here in the US. I do have an affiliate link and a code for you to get 5% off, or you can use my Amazon link, also an affiliate link. In case you're curious, what that means is that I get a little commission on anything purchased with the link. It's one of the ways that I'm able to continue to create free videos for you all. And another way is through sponsorships. Thank you to Viltrox for sponsoring this video. And I would love to hear from you all on what you think of this. Does this interest you? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.
Ready. All right, I'm filming.